to this practice that is all about the element of earth, grounding, steadiness. For this practice, I like to use a blanket. You don't have to if you can find one. Whatever prop you use is very welcome here as well. Whenever you're ready, let's start on our backs. So make your way into a position lying on your back with your legs wide, your arms wide, taking space. And become motionless. Gently inviting your attention in. Maybe allowing for a quick body scan, anything that you notice that's contracted, that feels tight, and develop a sense of relaxing into a more meditative state now. For a moment, take your attention to the places where your body meets the earth. And then start to move your head from side to side, gently massaging the back of the head, allowing for a little mobility in the neck. And start to lean over with your head to the left, reaching forward into a soft forward fold and swinging over to the right, lying back down. Take a breath in. Exhale, lean your head over to the right. So we're starting with a few rolls and over to the left, swinging into a really non-defined movement, free-flowing. From center, move back towards the left, pressing up away from the earth and rolling back down onto your back. One more time to the right, rolling up over the front, soft roll, leaving the ground and coming back to the ground. Find a breath here. And then roll over to the left, making yourself very small. Roll over to the right. Make yourself very small here, curling in. And from center with your knees up, bring your knees into the chest, and let's roll up into seated. All right. So in your seat, you can always prop yourself up with a blanket or with a block. Just elevate your spine for a moment and then bring your left hand over to the right in the diagonal and wave it over to the left, then over the head. So we're waving from one side to the other, lifting up, gazing under the armpit, and then down to the left. Kind of slicing the air in a swinging motion, and always working with a little bit of a sense of heaviness as we move here, as we swing, as we warm up only one side to begin with. As you exhale, let your left hand rest heavy on the left thigh and take a breath. Feel the weight of the hand. Turn it back down. Let's use the right arm. Sweep it up and back behind you. Exhale to the front and down. A couple of rounds like this. Your own time, your own rhythm. Open and sweeping it down. Good. Slight, easy twist. Long sweep. Lift up, and as you exhale, feel your arm heavy resting on your knee. Both arms heavy. Notice maybe difference in sensation. Take an exhale. Soften everything. Good. And then from there, we're going to release the blanket behind us. Straighten the legs in front of us. Move your feet for a moment, just kind of getting into, still moving freely into the hamstrings. You can prop up your legs. I like to use a blanket under my knees so that I am safe in my back. And then just soften forward and really explore. So maybe kind of moving to the left, moving to the right, one shoulder forward, the other shoulder forward, zigzagging the upper body towards the legs, pointing and flexing the feet, waving up and waving down, and really just see how the hamstrings feel about all of this. How does the back of the leg feel? How tight, how open do you feel maybe already? And then from there, let's step the right foot to the outside of the left leg and reach your arms through over with your hands to the left. See if you can extend the right leg any amount, and then open up that hip as you stretch the leg towards the ceiling. Bend the knee and set the leg back down. Good. Take a breath with your legs long. Exhale to fold. And again, a little bit of exploring here in your movement, softness. Left leg steps over to the outside of the right, engage the right, and reach your arms through. Now I'm starting with the left, but actually you want your hands on the right side. Lift the knee up, take it out, stretch the foot up any amount. There's no rush. Pull your shoulders down. Don't let them collapse forward. Rebend the knee slightly, set the leg down, stretch the legs out. Whenever you're ready, bring your hands behind you. This time, open the chest towards the sky. Good. Exhale, release, remove the blanket to the side. And let's make our way into all fours from here. On all fours, I like you to stretch the front arm, the right arm forward, and the left leg behind, kind of sweeping over the floor instead of lifting. And then hold that for a second before you lift only the right arm up. Keep the left foot firmly rooted and open and close the shoulder a couple of times. Reaching the elbow up and curling the elbow down in order to really get into that shoulder. Hold the elbow up as you inhale. As you exhale, reach the arm forward. Then bring the fingers down and slide everything back in as you exhale. Inhale, lift the left foot, turn it out, and turn it in a couple of times. You can look over to that foot, pressing into the right fingertips. As you exhale, release everything back into all fours. Lift your head, inhale, exhale, round the spine, curling back. Drop the head heavy. This time, left arm, right leg. Slide it out and slide it back in about 3 times, and then you come to a hold, pressing through the right toes. See if you can lift only the left arm. Open the elbow, gazing under that armpit, curling back in. So really rounding shoulder and opening. Good. Right leg stays relatively solid here, and then bring the left fingertips down. In front of you, reach the right leg up, turn the toes out and back in. And out, maybe look over, back in. One more time, out and open, down and close it back into all fours. Good. Take a cat-cow here. Inhale, open, exhale, rounding. Walk your fingers back now and lean up into kneeling position. So I like to feel, again, a little bit heavy here in my upper body, so I can really connect to the feeling of grounding in earth. As I move back, I reach my arms forward. As I reach my hips forward, I lean my arms back. So I'm kind of pressing my arms back in order to lift a little higher, using my hamstrings. Some backs of the legs have to work here. Good, and then stay up here. Step the right foot through, come into a lunge position. Lean into your front hip. Feel your hip flexor open as you pull the hips down. Take your arms to the front, soft grip with your hands. Lean over as if you're holding a really big steering wheel to the left and come back to center. Exhale, leaning to the left. Inhale, center. Soften your arms, steady in your posture, but the upper body is moving and flexible. Bring your right fingertips down. Lean over to the right with your left hand. Side bend as you come back slowly. Bring your hands down to the mat. Maybe lift the back knee for a second. Spin the back heel down. Make your way into a warrior 2 eventually, and then cartwheel the hands up. Virabhadrasana 2. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's swim our arms wide as we straighten legs. Exhale, bend the knee, hands together. Inhale, swimming up and out, hands together. One more time, straightening, opening, bend the knee, palms touch. Good. Interlace your fingers behind you and then bring your hands, knuckles to the right hip. Turn the hips to the front, straighten both legs. Turn back to side, look over the right shoulder. Good. And bend the knee again. 3 rounds of those before you come to halfway forward fold. No rush. lifting your front toes in order to keep the front leg active before you exhale. Surrender down, bend the front knee, drop the left knee. Step it back all the way into all fours. Hands down to the mat. Inhale to open chest. Exhale, rounding the spine. Good. Creating softness in between any movement. Step the left foot through. Climb up onto your front thigh. Lift your arms into that steering wheel situation and then turn the wheel to the right. Come back to center. Turn it to the right. Sink into the hip. Back to center. Let's do it one more time. Good, shoulders rolling back. This time left fingertips down, right fingertips up. See if you can lean over into a side stretch to the left. If you have a block, that usually comes in handy. Bring your hands down, fingertips touch the mat. Lift the back knee, turn the right heel down, cartwheel up, warrior two. Palms together in front of you. Swim forward as you inhale, straighten legs. As you exhale, bend the front knee. And again, inhale, straighten, open. Bend the front knee. Let's do it one more time. Swim it open. Bring your hands together. Good. Then interlace fingers behind you. Bring your knuckles to the left hip. Stretch the front leg. Exhale, bend it, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, stretch, turn the hip. Exhale, bend into the front knee and look back. One more time. Keep your shoulder blades moving together as you move your hips. And then end up with the front leg straight and see if you can fold just a touch over the front thigh. No rush. Softly release your hands down, fingers touching the mat. Bend both knees. Sink into the front knee. Look forward. Exhale, back into all fours. Well done. Take a deep breath. Any movement that feels good for you right here. And then push it back into a down dog with your hips high, your spine elongated, your knees slightly bent for a moment. First down dog. Give yourself space. And start walking your fingers back towards your legs. Come into a forward fold. Soften down towards the earth. Let yourself hang heavy here between your legs. Slowly curling up into standing with your knees slightly bent. We're going to stay bent in the knees. Maybe open the feet a little wider. Maybe turning the toes out a touch. And then interlace your fingers. Reach them up to the forehead. And as you exhale, you press down, lower your knees. Reach your arms forward, flip palms up. Back bending here. As you exhale, widen the arms to both sides. Bring the palms together, reach them up, and press down, exhale. Inhale, reach palms up, turn towards the left. Come back to center. Exhale, open the arms, bend the knees. These are earth salutations. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, lift up, turn to the right, and back to center. Open the arms, exhale. Back to center, press the hands down, interlaced. Lift your arms up, slide back bend. Let's do it one more time. As you exhale, slowly fold forward, take your legs bent and wide, soften down with the crown of the head, shake your head out. Walk your hands forward, slowly moving into a down dog with your legs wide. Again, head is soft. And then move towards the earth. Drop your knees down, make your way down onto your belly. Take a few breaths here, just softening for a moment. Come back to those connecting points where your body's touching the mat. And then reach your arms forward, come onto your fingertips. Make your hips as heavy as you can. Press down to the tops of the feet. And pull your upper body away from the hips so that you feel your ribs lengthen. Now you could tuck your toes if pressing down through the tops of the feet gives you cramps. But make your hips heavy as you lengthen away from the hips. Exhale, drop the head, soften everything. Find your breath. Then roll onto your right side here. Let's start with the right side and lift up through the left leg. Kick the leg up as you exhale, lengthen it down, and then start swimming with that leg in the air. A couple of times, just bending away from the mat, down towards the mat, and then hold it at the top. Flex your foot, strap it forward in front of the bottom leg, and lift the bottom leg up. A couple of times, slow, steady movements, And then starting to try and circle the bottom leg. Hold it in the air for a moment and then exhale, drop it down. Now bring the right knee forward and roll all the way onto your belly, sliding your left arm underneath the right armpit, coming into a frog twist. You can rest your forehead on your forearm if you don't have a block. Block usually feels quite nice here to have a little bit of elevation. So we're not pressing too much pressure into the shoulder as we open it. Let both hip bones be heavy before you slide your leg back to center and then take a rest moment on your belly before you roll onto the other side. So you can just roll over your belly. I'm going to show it from the front. So come onto your left, stretch that top leg up, and then reel it back in. Inhale up, exhale, reel it back in. Couple of dynamic movements here. Kick the heel up, inhale, and then set the foot in front of the bottom leg. Lift the bottom leg, couple of lifts away from the gravity, and then trying to circle a smooth circle with the bottom leg. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do. Before you bring the leg down and then bring the knee in front and roll all the way onto your belly, sliding this time the right arm underneath the left, and you can rest your head on the front arm. Really feeling how the shoulders being pulled apart a little bit, how you can create space between the shoulder blades as you let your hips drop. Inviting a little bit of ease into this pose and a little bit of surrender before you release the arm, and then we're actually going to take our relaxation on our bellies today. So you can stack the palms and then rest the forehead down onto your stacked palms. And just take a few breaths. I recommend at least 10 breaths here in order to feel your connection to the ground again. Noticing this reciprocal relationship between the ground supporting you and the body surrendering into the ground. Give yourself time to really melt into the earth for a moment, for your muscles to release. Thank you very much. Namaste.